Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cliff and I am a vegan animal rights activist based here in the north of Ireland, about 20 miles from Belfast, the capital city. Now, I've had this channel for quite some time, but I haven't put a video out in almost 12 months, which is completely my fault. It's ridiculous, I know. But the good news is I've got a new studio now, I've got a new backdrop, some new equipment, and I am ready to pump out some videos. So thanks for joining me today. If you are already vegan, perhaps you've seen me before, you've maybe read some of my stuff, you'll know what I'm about. If you're not vegan, don't rush away just yet. I want you to know that the media, how the media portray vegans as militant and extreme and angry and we shout at people, is simply not true. That's this thing the media like to do, is one side against the other. I want you to know that I am not here to judge you or shout at you. I want you to be on my side. And I think if you watch my videos in the next few weeks and months and you listen to what I'm saying, I am almost 100% sure that you will agree with almost everything that I'm saying. And then all you have to do is think, okay, I agree with that. What do I have to do? And the answer to that question is, I have to go vegan. So this video today is going to be a quick one. It'll only be about 5 minutes. I want to read something here to you. So the SDLP, who are one of the biggest political parties in Northern Ireland, have launched a campaign to introduce an all-island banned offenders register to help ensure that all animal abusers are not allowed to rehome or purchase animals following a conviction, and they are asking as many people as possible to sign to make that a reality. Now, that to most of you probably sounds like a fantastic idea. You're probably thinking, yeah, I'm going to sign that. I can help animals. I don't want animals to be hurt. I don't want them to suffer, and I'm going to sign and I'm going to do something about it. I want to tell you what is wrong with that. And you're thinking, oh no, here we go. Well, let me just explain it. And from a vegan animal rights perspective, and then maybe you'll have a better grasp of what I'm trying to say. So we all know what animal cruelty looks like or sounds like immediately. So maybe you have a neighbour who has a little dog and they keep it outside all the time, in winter time, in storm and heavy rain. They don't have shelter. No one ever comes near the dog to give it company or attention. It doesn't have any toys. It doesn't have food. It doesn't have shelter. And you're lying in your bed at night and you're thinking, my God, it's freezing cold outside and that poor little dog is chained up in my neighbour's backyard. What can I do about it? Who can I ring? Who can I get here to do something about this? I'm sure many of you have been in that situation or are aware of that situation. Or maybe around Halloween time, you've heard stories about some local youth and they're having a bonfire and they find a neighbour's cat and they throw the cat onto the bonfire and burn it alive. We've all heard stories like that too in the newspapers. So those are things that we all immediately recognise as animal cruelty. They're all things that if we hear about them, we want the perpetrators to be brought to justice. We want something done about it, and we want to make sure that those people never ever get to harm an animal again. Because intrinsically, we all know deep down that it's really, really wrong to make an animal suffer like that. But here's the catch. 2 miles away from where I'm sitting right now is Cranswick Country Foods, which sounds like a lovely place. It's actually a slaughterhouse for pigs. And I've been there with other vegans. We do vigils and we spend time with the pigs before they go in to be killed. We show them probably love for the first time that they have ever experienced in their life. Now, when they arrive there on the trucks, they are absolutely terrified. I mean terrified. They know something's wrong. They can hear the screams from inside and they do not want to get off those trucks. So typically a guy will get on the truck with a prod, an electric prod, and force them inside. And once inside, they stand in line and they await their turn before they are thrown into a gas chamber. It's called butane gassing. If you've never heard of it, I urge you to look it up and see what it's about. CO2 gas is a cheap and aversive gas. It burns them from the inside out and they suffocate. It's almost upsetting for me to talk about. I have stood there and listened to those pigs scream in terror as they are suffocated to death. And then when they come out of the gas chamber, they are hung upside down and someone runs a sharp knife across their throat and they bleed out onto the kill floor. It's absolutely shocking. Terrible. And I want you to answer this question, and the question is, why is starving a dog or kicking a dog considered to be animal cruelty, yet we can throw animals who suffer and feel pain in exactly the same way into gas chambers and cut their throats? What sense does that make? It doesn't make any sense. I'll answer the question for you. It makes no sense whatsoever that we can be cruel to one animal and people want to lift the phone and ring the police, and yet Cranswick Country Foods, they gas at the present time about 2,500 pigs per day and nobody bats an eyelid. Another place 2 miles from here is Moy Park. And they produce, as most of you will know, they produce chicken. So the chickens come in there in trucks. I'm sure most of you have seen them. They're crammed into crates, really tightly packed. Many of them have broken arms and broken legs when they arrive at the slaughterhouse. Typically their skin will be burnt and their feathers will be missing because they've been standing in their own waste and urine for the duration of their very short lives. So they're burnt. And they are in absolute misery. Their energy is super, super low. They just look, I can't even tell you what those animals, you can tell by looking at them that they have just had the most miserable, horrible existence that you could ever imagine. And it doesn't even end there, because once inside, they'll be hung upside down by their feet. They'll be dipped into a bath with an electric current running through it to stun them for a short time, and then their throats will be cut. And it just blows my mind that if someone's cruel to a family cat, that we want them dragged through the courts, we want the police to do something about it. You see the comments when people hurt a dog, or there was a guy here a couple of years ago, Kyle something or other, he put a little puppy in a microwave, horribly, horribly, horribly cruel, and people were unbelievably upset. They wanted to lynch this guy for being cruel to this little puppy. And yeah, me too. But these chickens at Moy Park, it is equally cruel. The only difference is it is normalised cruelty. We have all been brought up to believe that somehow what happens to them is okay. And it's totally not. The only difference is, and I can hear people at home now saying, yeah, but we need to eat. We need to kill these animals to survive. Well, I'm living proof that we absolutely do not need to eat animals to survive. I haven't eaten an animal since I was 19 years old. I'm 53 now. I've been vegan for almost 9 years. I haven't touched an animal product in 9 years. I survive. I thrive. I'm healthy. I'm lean. I'm fit. So I am living proof that you can survive easily on a vegan diet. And guess what? It's probably even healthier than the diet you're eating right now. So, folks, please, I want you to just think about it. If you love animals and you understand that animals feel pain and suffer, not just like our cats and dogs, but like us. And if you can understand that if someone's coming at you with a knife, that is one of the most terrifying things that could ever happen to you. I mean, could you imagine how to be trapped somewhere where someone's going to cut your throat and you can't do anything about it? That's absolutely horrific, and it just doesn't need to happen, because you can go into the supermarket and you can buy vegan food. And look, when I was young, there wasn't too many plant-based options available, but I'm sure you've all seen in the supermarkets now the plant-based milk section, which is absolutely huge. You've seen the frozen vegan section, you've seen the vegan meat section, you've seen the vegan chocolate, you've seen the vegan ice creams, the vegan pizzas, lasagnas, burritos, whatever. We have it all now. Whatever you eat as a non-vegan, I eat as a vegan, except my version is tasty and it's cruelty free, and I can sleep in my bed at night because I haven't paid someone to do something to an animal that I would never ever ever do myself. So I hope that makes sense. That's basically the end of my first video in a long time. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll tune in for the next one. If you did like what I said and it made sense to you, maybe you could like and subscribe. I've lost a lot of subs in the last 12 months by not putting videos out. If you could like and subscribe and maybe share the video, not to benefit me in any way, just to get a message out there for the animals, so that maybe even if one person hears this video and goes vegan, well, then that's a result, and that's what I'm here for. So thanks for tuning in. I'll be putting another video out in a few days' time, and until I see you again, be kind and please be vegan.